السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله ثم أما بعد. Welcome to Resurrection Q&A, where questions are discussed in a deep manner and finding solutions and answers to some of the questions posed by youth. I am here, your host, Hussein, with our beloved Sheikh Ismail. Jazakallah khair for being with us. Always a pleasure to have you, Sheikh.
Nice to be with you, Hussein. I will be with my brothers and sisters.
In our previous episode, we had discussed the question of Allah's mercy and how to repent to Allah and what are the steps towards that. Today's question and discussion is posed by a few sisters, Sheikh.
Yeah.
They're asking, what if a sister wear hijab?
Mm-hmm.
However, they're involved in many public sins, such as they're going to parties, or they're going to clubs, or they're smoking.
Mm.
Their question is, if I'm doing these haram stuff and I'm wearing hijab, what should I do? What is best for me to do? Should I take off my hijab instead of giving a bad reputation to Islam and girls that wear hijab?
Yeah.
Or should I keep it on and still indulge with the negative?
Yeah.
This is many of the sisters' questions. So what's your take on that? Jazakallah khair.
You know, your question is like if someone said, I am drinking khamr, alcohol, okay, then I don't have to pray. Or I am not praying, so I don't have to fast Ramadan. Or I'm not fasting, I don't have to pray, and so on. So now, going to these parties, you know, with all of these munkarat, with all of these bad deeds, doing smoking and smoking, all of these this is, everyone is the same, right?
No.
Like smoking is the same, like goes with the party with alcohol is the same. This is different sins, okay? So if we said, okay, this is a sin, this is a sin, this is a sin, and taking off the hijab is a sin. So if you take off the hijab, you just add another sin to the previous sins that you have. So since you have enough sins, then you don't have to commit another one. So it's much better. It's not much better. She has to keep a hijab, because eventually hijab will prevent her, inshallah, from committing. Because the one who is wearing hijab, how come she will blame herself. I am wearing hijab, how come I do this? I am wearing hijab, how come I am smoking? I am wearing hijab, and even the others, they can help her. So if she's smoking, for example, and someone, a Muslim sister, saw her that she's wearing hijab and she's smoking, no, you are wearing hijab, how come you smoke? You know, she will help others to help her, you know, to quit and to be away from this. No, so of course the right answer is she should keep her hijab even though she is committing this kind of sin, because inshallah eventually with her hijab and the barakah of this hijab, she will inshallah repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and she will be away from those. Yeah.
You heard the correct answer, inshallah, is she should keep the hijab on and try to stay away from the sins, from the partying, from the alcohol, from the smoking. Rather, inshallah, we're making dua for her that she go on the firm path. Sheikh, there's another question posed to us through our resurrection email. Our brother was asking, if I'm drinking alcohol or I'm smoking, can I don't have to pray for 40 days. Do I have to pray? What should I do? Am I najis?
Yeah. Well, actually, this is a very, we can say it as a very fun question. No, it's a fun question, because I've been asked this question before. There is a hadith, of course, talk about the one who is drinking khamr, not smoking, of course. The hadith doesn't talk about the one who smokes. Hadith does talk about the one who is drinking wine, khamr. Hadith, the one who drinks khamr, his salah will not be accepted for 40 days. So there is misunderstanding here. People think that his salah will not be accepted. It means that his salah is invalid. So there is a difference between invalid and not accepted. So if someone, billah, he drinks khamr, he still has to pray, even though his salah will not be accepted, because there is no ajr in it. You know, he will not get the ajr because of his drinking. There is no ajr. However, he has to pray, because if he doesn't pray now, not praying one salah, is worse than if he drinks khamr for whole life. You know that if he drinks khamr for 40 years, is less than to leave one salah, just one salah. So how come is I drank khamr? No, I can't pray. No, it doesn't mean that because they think people. No, he's now is impure. Now he's still pure as long as he make a wudu and the ghusl, everything. But the reward of salah is not, as a kind of punishment. The reward of salah is not there. But he still, he still need to pray, and in his prayer, he must make repentance to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He must repent sincerely. You know what, Hussein? Maybe from the first salah that he will do, Allah will forgive him, and Allah will accept the rest of the 39 salah, inshallah ta'ala, and the other salah. The Prophet Muhammad told us that as-salawat al-khams ورمضان إلى رمضان والجمعة إلى الجمعة رمضان إلى رمضان مكفرات لما بينه. So the 5 prayers, جمعة to جمعة, Ramadan to Ramadan, and expiation. What comes in between in them, you know, whatever that you do in between, that it's kind of expiation. So he still need to pray, because inshallah after his praying and he repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sincerely in his prayer, Allah will, because salah will remove his sin actually. So this is there, but this misunderstanding I know is in many people. And of course Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the best.
So if you're involved in some sort of alcohol, what should you do? Should you go to the masjid? Should you pray Jum'ah? Should you pray Tarawih Salah? The correct answer, inshallah, is although this is something you sinned of, you must absolutely continue your prayer daily. That's that for Resurrection Q&A. If you have further questions, comments, or you would like your question to be discussed in our show, kindly send the email to our email and on the bottom of the screen. Also, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Jazakumullah khair. Jazakallah khair, Shaykhna. Allah bless you.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for our next episode, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair.